I'm Bart Rademacher, and this is Transformational Art at Burning Man. And really excited to be connecting with some more talented individuals, and this time all the way across the lake, as I like to put it, out there in Portugal. And what's really neat about what we get to experience at Burning Man is that opportunity for us to interact with the actual art. So we're not just passive bystanders, but truly we get to connect with the artists and the art and create our own imagination, create our own world of wonder. And what's really cool about the group that I'm talking to today is very specifically this is their art form in Portugal. And more importantly, I think it's very courageous on their part because this is their second burn. They're coming in and being part of a true adventure, and in many ways that might even surprise you or not, depending on who you are. And I'm excited for Nuno, Paulino, to share that with us and the inspiration behind the art. Because here's what's cool about going to Burning Man, and in particular this kind of art, is how we choose to interact with the world around us, and then how we choose to steer our path within that. So Nuno, thank you so much for joining me.
Well, you are completely welcome. Obrigado. Como dizem,
Obrigado. You're
como
welcome.
dizem em Portugal, muito obrigado pelo apoio, pelo suporte e pelo teu trabalho. Well, thank you for your work. It's fantastic. I've been watching some videos from last interviews, and I really feel that your gift is something special, and and it is it is good to have someone that wants to know a little more, and that is very important for us, and I'm sure for all the people that will be with us, or direct or after. So, obrigado e do fundo do coração, from my heart, for your work. It is very beautiful. So, about about o nome da Rosa, which is the first Portuguese name in Burning Man ever. So we are proud to, culture is always, in this side of the Atlantic, we love America, but we have one idea of one coming passport. Sometimes we believe that Hollywood and McDonald's are, exporting, and we are receiving. So put a little bit of Portugal, our Portuguese, in at the playa. I believe it's a gift for the diversity of what you can find at the desert. It's not very important, but it's very beautiful if you find Spanish, Italian, all together. And okay, there's a Portuguese name. This fantastic year of 2019. So for me, it is even the name is very important. It begins with the name, and a rosa, it's a flower, and you don't find flowers so easily at the desert. So it's kind of, it's always, and the name of the rose, it's also a name of a very important book from Umberto Eco, one of the biggest writers at ever, a very beautiful philosopher also. And it talks about a time, and in the time that Umberto Eco talks in O Nome da Rosa, the name of the rose, you will see people persecuted and captured and put it on fire, burned. and they do it to people who they disagree.
Hmm.
You know, the church. I know that you have European. You know what I mean? You know, it's
Yes.
the caça às bruxas, caçar às brujas.
Hmm.
Isso é algo de muy impactante na persecución de las personas. People were burned because they have one different thought of the other. So Umberto Eco talks about the light. So I believe that when I went to Burning Man, maybe a lot of us in a very difficult political time, maybe we'll be burned because we are different.
Yep.
I saw so many different people, so many different mindsets. That was so amazing that I believe that that's the most amazing part of Burning Man is the human heart that all together we are making, you know, the bikes all over at night, the lights, that human installation, even the city is so beautiful that I believe it will be bombed immediately if we are in the Middle Age. It will be
Right.
attacked and destroyed in a minute. So I believe that we are living also kind of strange days last few times. For example, I heard about put. I don't know if you heard about it. Put a wall in Burning Man this year. You know,
Oh,
someone.
they want to build a wall around it. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's real. It's not a wall, but it's with a no. Uh,
A barricade.
yeah, yeah. So you know, even if they don't do it this year, but the idea was, and Burning Man is nowadays also being attacked with, and so beautiful work, so much leave no trace, for example, worry. So, you know, it is just, it's not perfect. It's a utopical place to put art together. But somebody believes that it's not okay. So nobody is burning the Burning Man, but at the same time, I believe the name of the rose, o nome da rosa, it's a little bit to remember that we have to take care of that flower, and that flower is liberty, it's our freedom, it's our ways, so our diversity. So that's why we put the name of the rose
I love
together.
it, and the truth is that all progress
Mhm.
in all shapes and sizes is really that freedom of thought, that the freedom to express, the freedom to explore, and the freedom to actually just be witnessed as well. And I think as human beings, we have this intense desire, to just be ourselves. And I totally agree with you. The challenge of the past, and I love the fact that we're bringing in some of a story from the past, from
Yeah,
where we came from as Americans, I guess, from Europe, including the history behind Portugal, and bringing that to the present day, because I think all that's so relevant in the
yeah,
symbolism, of the rose too, is just
that's it.
allowing us to
Yeah,
continue that expression, despite the fact that, yeah, you're right, we're being attacked, which is
yeah,
unfortunate.
yeah, that's it. So that's the symbolic part that the third degree, if you want, that we put in the Rosa dos Ventos, because the name of the rose is also the compass rose that
Right.
guides people to travel. The Portuguese, the
So I'm
Holandeses.
so I'm going to show a picture, and it's the drawing picture that I'm showing right now.
Okay, okay.
Um, so explain to us what we're looking at. It's just the drawing.
Well, maybe you are watching the
Yeah.
goddess in first place, and the other side of the goddess, the opposite, when she will turn around the mast. So we made it as a boat, as a sailboat. So you have two sails. So, and then they will also, as a tournesol, you know,
As the sun turns, right?
sun turn, because she will capture the sun through that car that you can see have Fresnel lenses, which produces a ray and will capture the last sun's ray every day into a light chamber. And then we will put the rose on fire with that last run. We want to say to the world scientifically that if does this is it is demonstrative of how powerful the sun energy have. One just simple ray, the last one, could put on fire something immediately after travel so long time to go here. So that is also where we want to turn the wheel. It's this old God is so good for us. It doesn't want nothing. It just gives. So, for example, the other fuels, the other energetical carbon, like petrol or something, it's a new God and it charges a lot. You have to pay a lot. So you can turn the wheel and the north could be the south and we can do it. So the art just reflects that, and people burners could come and put the wheel and turn, test it, put a cigarette on fire if they smoke, I don't know. But also we are going to make some solar experiences with burn. So we are going to make graphics
Right.
with cork, and yeah, come to see the rose at Flyer, and you can interact with the little details of this art, and it will be beautiful.
So I'm showing some of the pictures of your burning here. So looking
What
for.
are you? Okay.
So
What are we?
that's you in the foreground with a key that's on fire in the background.
Oh, that crazy video! Yeah, you have to see the video. It's on the fundraising campaign, and it's in our in the website.
Indigo.
Also.
Yeah, Indigo Go. So yeah, we'll put those.
The website also.
Yeah, we'll put those links on this. And
Yes.
so, but what I like about what you were sharing with me earlier is how we get to interact with the world around us, but it's also a responsibility to steer that, and I think that's somewhat of the symbolism that you're sharing. That the wheel is somewhat guiding us, but we're also guiding it. Is that correct?
I don't my English is not so good at that. So sometimes I lose I lose the point. I believe I lose the point somewhere really in the end. Can you just
So my question then is that the art installation is about reminding us how we relate to the world around us, and it's our choice. It still
Yes.
guides us, but we're also controlling it.
Yeah, it's just kind of, it's the old question of conscience, how much of us can do something, how much is predetermined and how much is free. I believe that with humble, we don't make a difference. We just go and life
Right.
happens. So I don't really believe that we can make great chance from what is written
Right.
or writing or in the poetical mind of someone. I don't know. So, but at the same time, I really believe that we have to believe that we have to do it. We have to really to turn the wheel and go ahead with this dream of being alive. So it's so beautiful to dream it like that, that we cannot resist to make poetry all the time. So, but at the same time, for example, burners can pedal and pedal, like in the sail,
Mm-hmm.
you make like these, and the new boats, they have all time to seize. I don't know if it is
Seize,
seize.
yeah,
Sails.
to grab hold of. Hmm.
Just the sea. If the wind turns, then you have to. And
Right,
then the new boats they do it like this with an end paddle.
right,
In our art also,
right,
you can go, you sit, you end paddle, and you are charging the batteries for the night lights. So you are just contributing by your exercise. Your energy will be charging. Yeah, and and it will work almost maybe not all the energy, but not so far as that. So it works. If you want, you can make your own home, your boat. You can really produce a little bit of your energy. It's
right.
true, and that's we are trying to give that idea. So it's not just pointing the north, but also making the travel together,
Right.
making that little difference. We are trying.
Well, I
I
love
hope,
it,
I hope it works with the playa dust. If the alternators we are not going to be all full of dust
sand.
and rain, we will see.
Yeah, and that's always the exciting part. And as you kind of shared with me earlier, this is just a big adventure for you,
Yeah,
and you're letting
but
it
it
all
makes a
happen.
little fear.
Mm-hmm. Um, and and again, talking to other artists, sometimes the art doesn't work like you want it to, but it's
Yeah,
still that's part of the beauty of all of this, and remembering that our life is not just a fixed entity; it's constantly dynamic, and it's how we get to embrace that beauty, and I really embrace your courage to go there, and I wouldn't say unprepared, but with a lot of unknowns, and I think that's the beautiful part, and I'm super excited to actually meet you on the playa,
yeah,
and
came alone to make a quarter shift with us. That it will be beautiful.
all right,
We do 4 hours.
4 hours,
4 hours.
all right,
You, each one of you that I know you are there. I don't know how many are, uh, but you can be with us for 4 hours. It will help a lot, and we are not going to lose our sense, like and call a doctor. We will, we will, we will be waiting for you, and I believe that the little Portuguese people will be delight to be with you and and great. So
no,
come on.
so
Don't assist just the video. Help us.
and again, the
But,
truth.
sorry, the first one to go there, it's you, Bart. So really?
No, absolutely, you know
Absolutely.
that's true.
Okay. Tomorrow I will say which is your shift.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, post it on here, so I'm accountable for that.
Just one shift. Okay.
And just by the way, I mean, if I get sunstroke, I'm a doctor too, so I can take care of myself. Um,
Yeah, that's good.
so
We'll try not to do it.
yeah, yeah. So again, my shout out to everybody who's listening in. Part of the gift that I'm giving to all these artists is a shout out to the rest of the burners, and reminding everyone it takes a lot of work to put these installations together, especially when you're coming from across the Atlantic, and a lot of money as well. And so, it's kind of incumbent on us and our responsibility to help as best as we can in so many different ways. And part of that is the fun of interacting with the geniuses behind all this art, getting to know it even better, and participating in its realization. And so that's just such a wonderful thing that we get to do at Burning Man. But again, it's a reminder for all of us that all the artists need our help, and let's go ahead and help them. And especially if you have a GoFundMe page, Nuno, please add that on there so that people can help supporting.
I'll do
So
it.
one of the things before we kind of wrap it up, or one of the things that I think is just wonderful about you and your team, is that in essence, what you're doing in Portugal is along the same lines as what we're doing at Burning Man. And you're bringing a lot of interactive art in the public space in Portugal, and specializing in fire and video mapping. And so, doing a shout out for you because you're bringing what you normally do on a daily basis also to Burning Man and helping us expand our minds and make that connection with what's real in our past and our present and our future. And so, really thanking you, Nuno, for being part of this. And what are any last words that you might want to share?
Well, it is a well. I, if you are listen us, if you are watching these videos, please, I want to be with you at Playa. If you don't have the time to the shift, no problem. But can near o Nome da Rosa, talk with us and share because we are going to cross the Atlantic to be with you. So come on, guys,
Yeah.
just appear and be part of this this reality, this experience, this adventure. I love the word adventure. I believe it's the what more it to take each burner that make each artist that put his strengths and not strengths his energy on this. It is at first one adventure, and I really love the word. So it is that adventure.
I love it. And so, being part of a playful adventure because it looks like your artwork is a place to play as well. And so, Nuno, Nome de Rosa, thank you so much. And I am Bart Rademacher, Transformational Art at Burning Man, gifting to you, the background of these incredible artists and the beauty that they bring to us so that we can share with them. And I have a short outro from Travis Koswell from last year, some beautiful images of Burning Man 2018.